Obamacare for a second. It's no surprise that Obamacare they're trying to spin Obamacare to the positive. If you're in the administration, it's your hallmark piece of legislation, and you're the Homeland and you're a Health and Human Services Secretary, of course you're going to look for the positive. But behind the scenes, we're getting a glimpse of how nervous they actually are.
That's right. Some documents have been released by the federal government. Remember the company, the original contractor, CGI, that screwed up the website? They've been fired. Instead, they did a no-bid contract with the company Accenture. Well, and to justify the no-bid process, what they did was they said, essentially, that we're in big trouble. They say the problems with the website puts the entire health insurance industry at risk. The entire industry at risk. They say potentially leading to their default, company's default, and disrupting continued services and coverage to customers. If not fixed by mid-March, the website, what this document says is they will result in financial harm to the federal government, and the entire healthcare reform program is jeopardized. So you can see, while, Jay Carney, Kathleen Sebelius, they put on the happy face behind the scenes, they're freaking out.
Right, well, look what Jay Carney's saying. I didn't see the article. I'm not aware of these statements. That's the White House press person.
Right, and some are asking what's worse, to claim that you don't see it or see it and then continue to assert that everything's fine. So March 15th, just as everyone's preparing for spring break, it just may be the breaking point, as reported here from the documents that were released by the administration. Meanwhile, Target's dropping part-time workers because they can't pay for their health insurance. But there are some, including Charles Krauthammer, who say, you know what? This was all part of the plan.
The bill was written deliberately to force employers to kick people off their plans, so that would be the only way to get the subsidies. In fact, what it tells you is that none of this is an unintended side effect of the creation of Obamacare. The purpose of Obamacare was to destroy the relationship between the employer and the employee in getting health care, and that's exactly why millions of people are being tossed off, and millions more will be as the larger as the larger employers start tossing people off later in the year.
See, he's talking there about larger employers. If you've got more than 50 employees, you've got to provide or you get into big trouble. Well, with Target, if you work less than 30 hours a week, considered part-time, now they're saying, okay, you go to the exchanges. They're trying to spin it by, well, only 10% of Target employees have used this in the past, but some employees are really furious about it. In the meantime, the company comes back and they said, look, we're just trying to help you out. The only way you're going to get the subsidy to help you pay for it is if you are on the exchange. So Target, just like Home Depot and other companies, shifting people to the exchanges.
All right.